Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today we are doing something a little different. We are not playing my Deck of TBR game, but we are going to go through my prompts for Deck of TBR and decide which ones still fit my reading taste and which ones we can get rid of. So I kind of have my prompts all over the place at this point. I have some on the board, I have some in this cup that are ones that we have used this year or maybe in the whole history of this game, and then I have a few left in this little basket that I haven't had on the board yet or recently. So we're just gonna go through and make two piles, keep and get rid of, and actually maybe another pile that's like edit if there's like something similar to that prompt but I want to change. So this might be kind of boring, but who knows? Maybe you'll get some prompt ideas if you have a TBR game, or I would also love some of your prompt ideas. So in the comments down below, let me know some good ideas that I could add to this game if you don't hear them in the prompts I already have. So let's start with these ones that I haven't looked at yet, and then we'll actually use this bowl as like the prompts to keep. Sure. Okay, so we've got shortest book. I think that that's a good prompt. I feel like I wouldn't read the absolute shortest, but I'd maybe look at a few shortest on my TBR and pick it. So yeah, we'll keep that one. Most recent release. That's fun. It would get me to read my newer books. So yeah, I'll keep that. This one just says BookTube, which I think would be one that I've seen on BookTube. I will keep that. A book that makes me laugh. Sure, why the heck not? I feel like that is a good one for like memoirs written by funny people. That'd be a good option. Or like lighthearted contemporary romance kind of ones. Okay, a 4+ word title, that's fine, a good stipulation. And a young adult, I'll keep it. There are still a few books on my shelves that are young adult that I haven't read, so I'll keep it for now. I don't generally buy a lot of young adult nowadays, so I'll keep it for now, but that one might be gone in the future. Okay, now to this little cup. It feels like I'm playing a game. Less than 250 pages. So I found that I don't have many books that are less than 250 pages. So, and this one is supposed to be like a nice one, a gimme, but I feel like it's harder than I actually want it to be. I'll keep it, but know that if I ever get into my game, like I got it in November, I will pick just a short book. Kind of like the other short book we just got to. Okay. This one's fun. Another recent one I just got. T, B, and R in the title. Those letters. That's fun. I'm keeping it. A random color. Yep, that's always fun. I love a good random generator. A dog pick. Again, got that one most recently, and that's fun to give my dog some options. A graphic novel. I will keep. I don't read a lot of graphic novels, but this would push me to jump out of my comfort zone and find something new. I don't have a lot of graphic novels on my shelves that I haven't read. I mostly have the Heartstopper series, but this would encourage me to use my library and find something new. Fun. Okay, next we've got Scribd. Good one. Any book oh, but that needs to be edited because Scribd is not what it's called anymore. It's called Everand. So I'll make a little edit pile. Okay, what's next? A BIPOC author. That's great to get different representation. Unhaul and draw again. I'm getting rid of this one. Unhauling, I do it quite often, and so I don't really have books on my shelves that I generally want to unhaul all the time, and so that one just feels cruel. And so I'm gonna get rid of that one. Although I do love the challenge of it, I get rid of books like as I read them, and the ones I have on my shelves are generally ones that I do want to get to. So a fantasy, I love it. That pushes me out of my boundaries a little bit. My comfort zones, a husband pick. I will keep that one so Willie can choose books for me. A random letter for the title. Yep, keeping it. A book that I think might make me cry. You know I love books that make me cry, so I'll keep that one. A reread. This game is helping me pick books that I want to read. And not that I don't want to reread books, but I have to be in a very good mood or want to reread for a certain reason. So I am going to get rid of reread. That feels good. I think that's good. I think that's good. Contemporary, that's one of my go-to genres, so I'll keep that. Short story or essay collection. That one's tricky because I feel like I put this one on here for one particular book and I read that in 2023. So do I want to keep it to push me out of my comfort zone a little bit? I don't think so. I think I might get rid of it. That one's hard for me and I feel like I'd have to do a lot of digging to find. And mostly I just want to pick books on my physical TBR. So because I don't have a lot, I will get rid of that one too. All right, what do we got? A mom pick. I like to keep that one. My mom is one of the people I talk about most when it comes to books. So I'm keeping that. Nature on the cover. Sure, it's a fun one. A good one to have. Random publishing year. No. Especially now that I read a lot more new books, I'm getting rid of this. Come at me. I'm fine. Matches my outfit. That's fine and a fun little challenge to do. An adaptation. Here's the thing. I'm putting this in my edit pile because you don't know this yet. But next year I'm hoping to do a series where I read books and then watch their adaptations. So I'm actually going to make this one of my stay on the board prompts. So I'm going to put this in the edit pile. A baby pick. That's fun. My babies aren't really babies anymore, but I'll let them pick books. Goodreads scroll, I'll keep. It's fun. It sometimes gives me books I don't want, but if I have the right stipulations, it's okay. Like a book I actually want to read that comes up on Goodreads. Middle grade I will keep. There are quite a few on my shelves that I have middle grade of that I haven't read, and I want to keep that. A one-word title. Oh, that's a challenge. I'll keep it. A fun little challenge. A friend pick. I'm keeping that. A thriller, I will keep that. Starts with my initials, so I would have to find a book that starts with any of my initials. And yeah, that sounds fun. A little challenge to have certain letters be in the title of a book. This is a memoir. I definitely want to keep that. I want to read memoir and nonfiction a little bit more next year. Book on my Kindle. That's a great one. I need to do that more often. Add a joker and draw again. Ooh, I need to reconsider these joker prompts or like the bomb book prompts. I'm not really liking it. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the bomb book? And if you like that added element where if I draw a joker, which is only like 1 out of 53 cards, I have to read a book that really intimidates me. I think that's a good idea. And I generally start with 1 joker at the beginning of the year, and if I would get this card, I'd have to add a joker, which would increase the probability that I would draw a joker. Okay, I'll keep it. I talked myself into it. Sometimes talking to you people, I know you're not fake, but you're fake right now when I'm talking to a camera. It helps me flesh things out and it works. Romance, definitely keeping that one in. Sorry, my hair is everywhere. Do people shed like me? A beautiful cover, keeping that. I love to read books with beautiful covers. Pick 3 cards and then choose the prompt. I like that one. That one's fun because then I get a little bit of say in the book I choose or the prompt I choose. A color in the title, that's fun. And I actually have a lot more books than I would think, than you would think, with a color in the title. So I'll keep that one. An added challenge. Choose a prompt. So I just get to choose a prompt on the board. I like that one. It's fun. A good first sentence. That's easy because I feel like I could use some books that I actually want to read and decide which one has the best sentence. So you can work around prompts, friends. A new to me author. I like that one. I like to broaden my horizons and read from new people. The A to Z challenge, I will keep. I am going to do the A to Z challenge next year. It's like a goal of mine, but it's not one I actually try really hard to, except this year I was like, oh, I'm getting them all. So anyway, a 5-star prediction. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I want to pick books that I want to give high rankings. Start a new series. Yeah, I think I have enough series that I could choose to start a new one if I got it, so I'll keep it. A book released this year. I like that one. An epistolary novel. I love epistolary novels. I'm reading one right now that I really like. A borrowed book, I'm keeping that. However, I need to decide what my 4 little stay on the board prompts are going to be, because it's a goal of mine. It was a goal of mine in 2023, and it's going to be a goal of mine in 2024, that I need to read these books that I have on my shelves that aren't actually my books. I know that sounds bad, but I have like probably 20 books that I've borrowed from people and just was like, yeah, I'll read these and give them back to you, and I never did. So maybe I might make this a stay on the prompt, a stay on the board prompt. We'll see. I'm going to put it in the to edit pile. Libby, yes, I will keep that. I use Libby all the time, so I'll keep that. A high rating on Goodreads, I will keep that one, because why not read high rated books? A number in the title, yes, I will keep that. For fun, for a challenge. A person on the cover, why not? A classic, I'm keeping it on the board. No matter how hard I want to get rid of it. I have so many classics on my shelves that I should read, and ones that, like, yeah, I should read. So I'm going to keep it on the board. That will push me, again, I've been saying this a lot, push me out of my comfort zone and make me read books that I feel like are almost necessary for a lot of people to read. What's at the library? See, that one I might get rid of. It's a fun concept, like going to the library and just seeing what's there and pick a book, but usually my library has anything I want because I can use the whole library co-op. What are my hands doing? The library co-op and get a book from any library in our region. And I generally just like want to pick a book now. So while I could like go online and see what they have, I'm just gonna get rid of this one, I think. Good job, Becca. Any. I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to edit it and just say like free pick. I feel like any sounds silly. Almost the last one, a poll pick. I like that. To let you, my viewers, choose more than 400 pages. I think that's a good one. It's a stretch. A lot of my books are in like the 350 to 400 page range. So 400 is stretching it. Okay, that's all in my little jar. Now we'll go to the board. Mystery, I will keep it. A female author, why not? A booktuber's TBR, so I would have to go to somebody else's TBR and see what they have and pick a book from that. I like that. It keeps me reading more, I want to say the hip books, but who says hip anymore? The more new releases that a lot of famous booktubers are reading. I don't know, but I'm going to keep it. It's fun. Last letter to first letter. So this is kind of a challenge one where the last letter of the book I picked previously would need to be the first letter of the next book I choose. So that one's just kind of a fun challenge. Favorite author, I think I will keep that because I want to try to read books, especially backlist books from my favorite authors. This one, I mean, my favorite authors are, let's see, Frederick Bachman, Abby Jimenez, Kristen Hanna, but I've read almost all of hers at this point. Who are my other favorite authors? I gotta do some soul searching and figure out who, but I'm gonna keep it. Bought used, yes, I love this one. I buy a lot of my books secondhand, so just encourages me to pick up one of those. A hardcover, why not? Keep it. Self-care, I'm going to keep because one of you lovely viewers suggested it for me, and I like that. I can just take a little bit less time reading a book and more time for me. Although probably the self-care item I would choose is like take a bath, and in the bath I read a book, so I don't know. But maybe it'll be more fancy, like getting a manicure or something. That's maybe what they had in mind. Add one draw. I think that's a fun one. Makes it more exciting. A dystopian. I don't have many dystopians on my shelves, although I have 3. So I'll keep it. I'll keep it for fun. A book about books. I love a book about books, so I'm keeping that prompt. Historical fiction, one of my top 3 genres, I would say, so yes, I will keep it. A mood read, isn't that like an any? That's a free pick? Oh, you know what? No, it's not, because a free pick I would have to pick during the game, and a mood read, I would just count whatever I mood read in the month. So I'll keep both of those options. Why not? Presents to me, right? BIPOC rep, different than BIPOC author. Sure, I'll keep it. This is random letter, but for the author. Earlier I had random letter for the title, so that's different. Why not gamify more prompts? Okay, 2+ people on the cover. Didn't I have person on the cover and now this is 2+ people on the cover? Sure, why not? A seasonal book, I'm down with that. I feel like people make seasonal TBRs. I'm especially into like spooky season, fall vibes TBRs, so I could deal with that. Like summer would be more romance, winter to me is like mystery, thriller, fantasy maybe, and spring, I don't know what kind of a seasonal book spring is, but I'd figure it out if it's on the board. Most recent purchase, that's fun. Gets me to read books I have bought recently. A nonfiction I'm keeping. Again, how many times have I said I want to read nonfiction and memoirs more often next year? Trying to find the prompts. Released 10+ years ago. Okay, I got rid of the randomling. I got rid of the random publishing year. I can't speak. I got rid of the random publishing year prompt, so I think I am going to keep this one because it will push me to read the older books I have on my TBR, and there are a lot. Actually, stay tuned. I think I'm going to go through all of my physical TBR and name every single title for you so you can see what I actually have on my shelves and expose myself. I have a lot, and you know, I'm not ashamed. Roll the dice. Now, what does this mean? I think I'm going to edit this because I think at first like I had 6 shelves or something that I was usually reading off of. So I was like, roll the dice. I can roll a 1 to 6 die and count the shelf. But I think I'm actually going to edit this and like do a random generator, like a random shelf, to use a random generator to pick a shelf. Wow, how many times can I say that? I hope it makes sense. But like, yeah, so I'm going to keep the randomizing factor of rolled dice, but let just a random number generator do it for me. So that's going in the edit pile. Let's see, a husband free-for-all. You may remember I had a husband pick that he would have to pick off of my TBR, but a husband free-for-all, he could pick any book. And my husband loves to read nonfiction, so he might pick some crazy random book for me, and I'd read it. So that's the difference between these two husband picks. Sorry, my battery died, so you might have different angles because I also tripped and the board fell over. Classic Becca. Okay. Anticipated. That's a good one to have because the books I have on my shelves, I should be anticipating reading them, right? Okay. The or of in the title. Why not? It's a fun one. Swap. So this one would allow me to swap any book that I had already chosen with a book of my choice. So that's a fun one because I could get rid of something that was maybe a little bit trickier or more challenging. So yeah, I'll keep that one. Buzzword I will keep. I'm hoping to continue on with the buzzword challenge as long as Kayla from Books and Lala is hosting it. It's always fun to just see what I have on my shelves that fit into her buzzwords. Set in a different country is good. I'm gonna keep that. It's always good to find books that aren't set in the United States. A book from the year I was born. This is a newer prompt, I can tell because of the way I cut it and laminated it. And so it's from one of you, and I hate to cut it, but I'm gonna keep it for one more year. I'll keep it for one more year. I'll probably get it and regret this decision, but I actually feel like I'm gonna do a video where I maybe would need to read a book from the year I was born, so I'll keep it. I'll keep it for you, viewer, who put it in here. A blind pick. Now, I think blind pick is too similar to what I have in mind for this roll the dice prompt, and so I'm going to get rid of the blind pick and make it just like completely randomize my TBR instead of like actually standing up and blindly picking a book, because I know where the books are on my shelves, and so why would I blindly pick one when I could probably pick the one I want to read because I know my shelves so well. Okay, a celebrity book pick. I like this one, like a Reese's book pick or Oprah's book pick, or what other celebrities are there? Yeah, this is fun. It will encourage me to read more famous books, which I already do, more hyped books. Continue a series. This is always good because I want to continue series, finish series. So that's a good one to keep. Poetry. I'm eyeing my poetry shelf. I have a few more poetry books on my shelf that I have not read, so I'm going to keep it for the time being and get those poetry books off my TBR, hopefully. So yes, keep it for now, but this isn't my go-to genre generally. Although I do really want to, I still haven't read, can't think of Amanda Gorman's poetry collection that I want to read because I just really like her. So that would be a good one to choose too. A video project. This is a new one that I put on myself because there are so many books that I want to read for specific video TBRs. I'm going to keep that for sure because I always have new ideas that I want to read books for. Okay, we are getting close. LGBTQIA+ rep. Definitely, I will keep that. And a low rating. I'm going to keep it too because it's a challenge and it's fun. So those are all of my little prompts. My 2 through 10 prompts. I don't know what you want to call these. My non-face card prompts. I do want to quickly check through my bomb books because I think I'm going to need to replenish these. Currently on the board, I have the Swiss Family Robinson. I'll keep it. But geez, that one intimidates me for sure. I have I Know This Much Is True by Wally Lamb. That one intimidates me. I'll probably keep it for next year. Outlander, this is just the next book in the Outlander series that I'm caught up to, so I'll keep that for sure. And then I have Purity by Jonathan Franzen. That's just a book I've had on my shelves forever, and it's just this giant white book that I haven't ever picked up, so yeah, I might keep that. And then Deacon King Kong, I think that intimidates me because someone told me that it was just such a slog to get through. But then I've heard also great things about Deacon King Kong. So I'll keep those. That's 5 bomb books. I generally pick a new bomb book every month, so I might want just a few more to add into this selection. I'm sure I could pick one or more that I want to add to this. So yeah, I'm going to keep the bomb book idea. I like it. It will force me to get to the books that are scary if I draw the Joker, which, you know, odds are, I should say odds are sometimes in my favor, but I have picked the bomb book like at least twice in the past. Okay, then the last set of prompts we need to talk about are these lovely ones over here, the face card prompts. Sure, we're just gonna let that happen. Okay, so let's rotate you a little bit. These prompts are the ones that stay on the board. They're the most likely to be drawn because there are 4 aces, 4 kings, 4 queens, 4 jacks. And so I want to make these more geared toward my goals for the new year. And so currently for the ace, it's a TBR jar, which is basically just randomly picking a book from my physical or Kindle TBR. I have a spinner wheel, which it was like a genre spinner that corresponded to the physical TBR series I made like 2 years ago. But again, I'm gonna redo my physical TBR video in just one video, and I don't know, maybe I'd do that's what I should do. I should add a viewer pick prompt. So that on that video, if someone comments, I can pick a book from there. So, but I don't want to make that one of these prompts, if that makes sense. Where was I going with this? Oh yes, so that was the spinner wheel. Queen is self-destruct books, which I wasn't going to do, and then I decided to pick another 12 books that will self-destruct in a year if I don't read them. So that might be one that stays. And then this last one is book of the month. So the ideas I had for these face card prompts were someone else's TBR game. I just love TBR games, and I watch them so much at the end of the month, beginning of the next month, to see what people will read. And I have this long list of TBR games that I love and would love to recreate, but that seems like a lot to take on when I already have so much going on in my life. You know, full-time job, 2 young kids, reading. Yeah, so I might nix that idea. Another idea for a face card prompt is a borrowed book. Like I said, I want to give these books back to their rightful owners, and so this would really push me to read more borrowed books and get them off of my shelves and back to their homes. I did mention earlier I want to do some book to movie or TV series adaptation videos, and so I think that that could be a fun one to have over here, push me to read more of those. And this is another thing that I haven't talked about. I'm not going to give it away, but this TBR jar one is going to stay semi-similar but have a different take on it, and I'm going to have a video every month where I kind of read books randomly on my TBR for a week, maybe? Trying something out crazy, friends. I have too many plans, but we'll see if it would work. And so I want one of these prompts to correspond with picking books from that video, just so that I don't feel too scared to read books for that video. And these books could somehow fit in that video too. And then one option is Kindle books, because I just have so many of them. But I think instead of putting those on here, I'm just going to make my Kindle books more visible. That's the plan. So I think, what did I decide? Borrowed book, adaptation, the TBR jar, different one, and I think I'll keep the book of the month. Oh, but the self-destruct one is good too. I have 5. Dang it. What do I do? Friends, help me out. If you have any ideas, prompt ideas, recommendations, ideas how this game could be a little bit more fun, let me know. I would love your input. Sometimes you have great, amazing ideas that I would have never thought of, so I would appreciate any ideas you have. Thanks for going through all of these prompts with me, this semi-chatty / all over the place Becca's brain video. Like this video, on your way out, consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more bookish and bullet journaling content from me and TBR games, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!